All right, Eric, Marc, standing in place, episode 46, I think. Episode 46, it is February 23rd, and I have a very, very important topic to discuss with you. Dog shit. We need to talk about dog shit. I started, I had a conversation about dog poop bags found on hiking trails, and started looking things up about dog shit, and the whole thing spiraled out of control. So I'm going to share with you some that I learned and some theories that might have been discussed. So let's start there. Dog poop bags on hiking trails. Also on sidewalks. I'm continue to be amazed at the amount of neatly contained dog poo that I find in small bags with a nice knot tied in the top and left on the side of a trail or on the side of a sidewalk or in a park or next to a garbage can. That's always a good one. It's next to the garbage can. Must be one of those biodegradable bags. It's just going to turn into soil next to the garbage can. The question was, what are these people doing when they leave the bag? What are they doing? Now, when you're on a trail and you hike in, your dog goes to the bathroom, you bag it up and put it on the side of the trail. I've got to believe that the people doing that are doing that with the intention of grabbing that bag on their way back out to toss it. But there's a lot of bags. There's a lot. This is not happening consistently. So then the question's asked, are these people leaving those bags because they think somebody else picks it up? And I realized that that's a possibility. At first I said, this is ridiculous. Who would ever think there's like trail monitors or what? Colorado Parks and Wildlife are going through our trails looking for dog poop bags so that they could properly dispose of them. This is ridiculous. But, just conversation with a friend, so I had more than one brain going through this, working on the mental treadmill. The theory came up that what if there were people before the trails were as crowded as they are now, that their dog crap, they bagged it up, they put it on the side of the trail, they're going to come back and take that out. And they were responsible individuals, these early dog poop baggers. What happened is people followed behind them and saw those bags and didn't understand what the thought process was behind leaving that bag. So they just see a bag and go, oh, you can just bag it and leave it. So then you've got this like secondary generation, the butterfly effect flaps its wings, of people that got trained to believe that you can bag dog crap and leave it and that someone comes to get it. Because I've been truly amazed, and I could say it's a generational thing, generation whatever, fill in the blank. Anybody younger than me, generation. But there does seem to be a lot of folks that just accept that things happen on their own, right? That there are tasks that are performed. There's technology, huge with technology, right? I mean, that your cell phone's just going to work, that you're going to enter a place and there's going to be Wi-Fi, things like that. And they just expect it to be, and that's not always true, especially if you travel and go to, other regions of the world. And you just realize that some things, there's people burning their garbage. There's a lot of people burning their garbage. So the idea that garbage just gets picked up, even from a home, it shouldn't be assumed. There's definitely a lot of people still burning their garbage. I guess I'm glad there aren't people burning little shit bags on the side of the street. That'd be interesting, like little candles. You could use them to find your way in the dark. Maybe that could be the innovative product. If any of you guys make this product, I get at least some free ones. But you could call them like candle bags. And I know that like leaving flaming dog crap on somebody's doorstep was like a thing you did in the 60s or something, when apparently it was a funny joke to arson somebody's house with dog shit. It seems weird to me. Haha, we got you with the flaming the Dogatov cocktail. That seems like a horrible idea. But if you did it in an open space or on a concrete sidewalk, hey, might be alright. So yeah, I wonder if that could be a reason that there's so many dog crap bags. Are there people that believe that someone's coming to get them? We always make the joke, but it's like with outdoorsy friends or whatever, because we see them all the time and go, oh, you know, there's no poop fairy. There's nobody that's going to come and get that. But maybe that's a poor assumption. Maybe there's people that have been taught just by seeing them, they believe that there is somebody coming to get them. Just another one of those services that happens. It just happens. Something to think about. Another thing to think about is why we're putting poo in plastic bags anyway. That's a strange process. We've got something that's biodegradable. We're putting it into something that's not, tying it tightly and then throwing it in a landfill. So we've got like a crash pad made up of dog crap in plastic bags that'll never degrade. It'll degrade inside the bag. That's a strange move. I don't know how that became a thing. When I was a kid, we had a dog, and I actually would dig a hole in the yard, and the move was to get all the dog crap and you put it in the hole in the yard. I don't do that now. I have a yard and a dog and lots of poo. It doesn't go in a hole in the yard. I did not carry on this tradition. I grab it all, I put it in a bag, and I throw it in a trash can. That's strange. I'm making this, I'm utilizing like multiple resources to move this crap from my yard to some place that it doesn't need to be anyhow. Like I could bury it here or compost it here, and that would be reasonable. But no, I scoop it up. I put it in like a King Soopers bag, sometimes like a half full King Soopers bag. Let it go probably a little longer than is best. But it's very rewarding to carry, a 5-pound bag of crap that your dog made, which your dog was only able to produce because of the food that we fed that dog. So I actually get to have a little part of the credit for making that crap, for making that heavy, heavy bag of excrement that left my canine pal, because I bought the food. We made the meals. We put the food in the dish. Without that, there is no poo. So, I just want to say that I do a great job making dog shit. me and my dear, my dearly beloved, we make all the dog shit. So ridiculous. Why are we doing that? We're putting it in a bag, in a plastic can, that gets wheeled out to a street, that a truck burning fossil fuels has to come and pick up, which then brings to some repository, some transfer location, gets moved into an even bigger truck, burning fossil fuels, driving on our roadways, wearing out tires made of oil, to go make a giant pile somewhere of this material that didn't really have to even leave the yard. We could have dug a hole. I'm a horrible human being. Wow. I hadn't actually thought that one through. So yeah, putting poo in plastic bags is a strange move. Burying it seems like it would actually make more sense. If I bury my own excrement when I'm camping, if I'm backpacking, I dig a hole and I use that hole. I don't carry that out. I know there's some places where you have to. I haven't been to those places. You can go as far. I talked to someone that climbs mountains, and they said they put a PVC pipe in their backpack with the ends covered. When they go to the bathroom, they grab it with a plastic bag, Ziploc bag, squeeze all the air out and drop it into that tube. The reason it's in the tube is because you don't want to fall on a backpack full of your own crap and potentially have it burst. So the plastic tube keeps that from happening. But it also limits the amount of space that you have. So don't eat too much, because you're going to overfill the tube and you're going to be hosed. Going back to the dog kind of poo, when I looked some stuff up to understand, like, what's the history of these poo bags. I actually wanted to find out what the industry is, how much money they make. I bet there's these dog crap bag manufacturers making a fortune selling little baggies that it's like, this is a special one for poo. Poo only. Poo only. Can't use it for anything else. In fact, we perfumed it. I hate those perfumed ones. They smell so strange. Perfumed dog poo bags. But yeah, I looked to see, and I started finding some weird crap, and I'm going to share this with you. Apparently I think it was in the UK, there are dog parks that have lamps that are methane powered, and they run off of the dog crap that's left at the dog park. That's a thing. So your dog craps, you get it in the pooper scooper, you dump it into some kind of vessel, and then that's extracting energy to power a lamp to light up the dog park. Actually pretty good. That's a pretty good idea. The other thing I found that I found actually quite disturbing was that there's, I think it's called Poo Prints, is a service that DNA tests dog crap in order to identify the dog that it came from. And there's apartment complexes that will have you register your animal's DNA. When you rent a room, an apartment or condo, you have to register your pet's DNA so that if you're not picking up their crap, they're going to paw print you. They're going to identify that it's your animal that's leaving that and then fine you. That's a service. Like, it's weird enough that there's a service of people that'll come to your house and pick up the dog poo for you. I get it. I mean, people have all kinds of things done for them, but I can take the 5 minutes to make my King Super's bag, once every 2 weeks. I mean, realistically, that's not that hard. So she's only a 40-pound dog. You have a bigger dog, you might want to do it more often. But there's a service that'll DNA test in order to identify I was going to say the dissenter. That's not the word. Put it in the comments. I don't know what the right word is. Like the guilty party that's crapping all over the place. To match up with the DNA test that you had to submit when you rented your place. Wow. Talk about living in different areas of the world, or like a place where you're burning your garbage. I guarantee you there's no poop printing going on in a place where you're burning your trash. This is definitely a first world problem. Poo prints. Can you fault them for making a business and finding a way to make money? Probably not. Is it absurd that we're having to use a service like that? Or that it even exists? There's a market for that? Yeah, there's a bunch of assholes not picking up after their animals. And then a bunch of potentially aggressive people chasing them down. That's actually kind of freaky. Oh well. This is the world we live in. And it's good to be alive, right? Got to be positive. It's good to be alive. I'm going to end it there. We talked about dog crap for the whole standing in place this week. That's fantastic. I hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy. Stay positive. Respect each other. Give love where you can. We'll see you in a week. All right. Good night.